Well, with us here is Tony Hernandez. Hi, Tony.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Tony is an executive MBA. He's the current CEO of Indonesia Consulting, and he also has many projects in Indonesia. He's the co-founder of Natural Connected Bali, the e-bike tours, mini shop, Barcelona Tapas, and many other projects.
Correct. That's
He's also currently living in Bali, and the idea and the reason of this little interview is so he can explain a little bit, after so many years investing in Indonesia, why he has chosen to live there in Bali, and how things are starting to develop a little bit in Indonesia. So let's start with the first question, a really basic one. Why do you think Indonesia is a really interesting country for business?
Okay, well, Indonesia is probably one of the most undiscovered country that many people don't know nothing about the Indonesia, only thing about the palms and trees and other things, but they don't know that exists a very powerful economy here. Well, Indonesia now have a middle class of around 45 million of persons. Then it's a very amazing country. And we believe that probably in 10 years can be around 135 millions of middle class people who can spend a lot of money. Then they are very technology people, because the half population of Indonesia is under the 30 years and it's very young population. Then we trust that in the next 10 years can be a very amazing market. Then I bet in Indonesia since 2003, but I think now probably is the best moment for push in the country.
That is great. How difficult is it to start a business from scratch in Indonesia?
Well, difficult. Everything is, the law is right. Then, but you can find the law everywhere. The thing is, knows the procedures for do the things here. Okay, it's not easy, of course. You can arrive or land it in another countries that the procedures are more easy. But if you have the good connections, you know the good people to do everything, you can. That's the most important. No? And this is the thing that I am here because many of my customers request that they prefer that I'm here to control everything and handle all the companies and follow up the projects. That you can everything is possible in Indonesia. That's the thing.
So the process to start a business from scratch is definitely to have a local contact there, and if it's possible to go and visit the country, right?
Sure. Well, the thing is always first call me. Mm-hmm. That's the most important. Now the base of Indonesia, it's many people try to do business from the other countries. Then it's the people here needs to see that you want to invest in the country, that you want to be here, that you want to participate with them. Then it's easier if you are here or you have somebody who can control. I mean, Indonesian people or foreigner people, that's a matter. The question is be in the land, knows well the land and knows the people who can help you to do everything. That's the most important. Then for that, I always ask to my customer they can come with me or come along only for knows that Indonesia is more than the island, the beach and the palms. That if you visit Jakarta, it's amazing town for the business.
There are many countries in Southeast Asia, such as Singapore, for example. Why is your recommendation to start and be based in Indonesia in order to develop your business in Southeast Asia?
Well, Indonesia probably is the most difficult country for entry because the regulation it's strong and they are so protectionist. Okay, but you know the ASEAN market is a conglomerate, is a group of the all Southeast Asian countries, and we are talking about more than 630 millions of people. Then if you entry through Indonesia and you have all the permits in Indonesia, then it's easier to jump to another countries because you pass the more strong steps. Okay, but now just at the end of 2019, Indonesia closed a big agreement, is a RCEP agreement with China, with Australia, South Korea, and New Zealand and Japan, and we are talking about 200 million of people. then this is another amazing opportunity for entering Indonesia, and you can do a free trade in all these countries. Of course, there are some regulations, but this is the moment to, if you want to enter Indonesia, it's probably not the easy way, but almost for a start is the first step. I mean.
Perfect. At the moment, are there any big international companies already making business in Indonesia?
Well, all the biggest companies, the top 5 of all industries are here. I mean, when you talk about products, I mean, raw materials, about hotels, about cosmetic things, you know, the 5 biggest companies around the world are in Indonesia because they bet in the market. They know it's an amazing market, that there are many consumers, but they landed in the country. They invest in the country. And this is one of the things that I try to always convince to the companies, no? That they need to bet in Indonesia, not try to only find a distributor. That's a good option, okay? It's a cheap option to enter in the country. But if they bet, with my experience since 2003, okay, I know that all the people that bet, really bet, I mean, invest in Indonesia, they are working a lot. Okay, but you can learn with the people, you can make a good partnerships, then it's only a question of work. That's good.
Perfect. And so we can finish. Where do you see Indonesia in 10 years from now?
Well, you know, Indonesia now is it's a 16th positions of the economic world. Okay, probably in the next 10 years, they want to be inside of the 6-7 position. Okay, that the economy is growing around 5% of GDP every year. Okay, then it's a very good margin. Then we talk about average of the years. Okay, in the demographic curve, that is like Japan 20 years ago. Okay, then there are many people in an age of work. Then this is the thing that the people have economic powerful, then it's growing a lot. Then only Indonesia can maintain alone. That they consume the 80% of their own resources. That is very important. Okay, they want to start to export now. The Ministry of Trade help to the companies to start to export, but they can maintain alone. Then the thing is that is only they need to grow and learn more about the other things outside, and they are so open to consume, to learn about that. Then I'm totally believe about this is possible, and for that I moved to live in Indonesia. That's good.
Perfect. That sounds really interesting. Well, Tony, thank you very much for your help, and well, see you next time.
Okay, thank you, Matthias. Bye. Thanks.